Marmalade and Biscuit, two ginger fluffs of pure mischief, lay sprawled across the sun-warmed patio stones. Their whiskers twitched with boredom, their golden eyes half closed. Suddenly, a flicker of white and brown caught Marmalade's attention. A plump, fluffy rabbit, with ears like velvet flags, had dared to invade their pristine garden. "Intruder!" Marmalade hissed, a low rumble vibrating his chest. Biscuit, ever the follower, perked up, his tail beginning a slow, deliberate swish. This wasn't just any intruder. This was a bouncy, twitchy, nibbling challenge. Their boredom vanished like a puff of dandelion seeds. Operation Rabbit Rendezvous was immediately underway. Marmalade the strategist opted for a low crawl, belly to the ground, inching through the petunias. He imagined himself a sleek jungle predator, though his ginger fur made him look more like a fluffy, overgrown carrot. Biscuit, less subtle, decided on the playful pounce approach, wiggling his rear end with such enthusiasm, he nearly toppled over. The rabbit, however, seemed entirely unimpressed. It munched on a clover, its nose twitching, seemingly oblivious to the two ginger ninjas closing in. Marmalade launched himself, a blur of orange fur, but misjudged the distance. He's landing with a comical thud beside a rose bush. Biscuit, seeing his brother's failed attempt, decided on a full-speed dash. A ginger cannonball aimed straight for the unsuspecting bunny. Just as Biscuit was about to make contact, the rabbit executed a lightning-fast hop, disappearing under the old garden shed. The cats skidded to a halt, noses pressed against the dusty planks. "It's gone!" Marmalade wailed, pawing at the gap. Biscuit, ever the optimist, began digging furiously, sending plumes of dirt into the air, convinced he could unearth their elusive playmate. They emerged minutes later, two very dirty, very disgruntled ginger cats, looking less like hunters and more like furry, mud-splattered potatoes. They slumped onto the grass, defeated. Suddenly, a tiny, perfectly formed carrot rolled out from under the shed, landing precisely between their muddy paws. Before they could even blink, a second, identical rabbit, with an identical tiny carrot, popped out from behind the shed, winked, dropped its treat, and both bunnies vanished into the bushes with a synchronized flick of their fluffy white tails. Marmalade and Biscuit stared at the two carrots, then at each other, then back at the empty spot where the rabbits had been. "Well," Biscuit purred, nudging a carrot, "at least they left snacks." Marmalade, still bewildered, began to nibble, realizing that sometimes how the best adventures end with a delicious, if slightly confusing treat